Hello Libra. Welcome to your bonus reading here on Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. If you're watching this reading was meant to find you. Please hit the like button, leave a comment. Consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. Now, this is a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I provide. And remember, Libra, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. A Knight of Wands, fire on fire. This is a rush of energy. This is kind of like we're just being swept away with this enthusiasm. There's something in your life right now that makes you want to just take off. Like the horse is just going to just carry us away. The horse is bolting and we're on the horse and we're letting it all go, right? You're usually the person that's very cautious, very well thought out, that you're very, you don't just sort of, jump on board with something, that you take your time and you figure it out and you want to make sure it's the right thing and you sit with it, you sleep on it, This is something for which you cannot sleep on. This is something for which you are jumping on board immediately. And we got to put this into some context to see what this is, but for this to work, you really truly have to trust yourself, the way the horse and the rider have to be sort of one unit. You have to trust yourself. You have to trust your gut on this one. Okay? No hesitation. You're all in, rushing forward, and that's how you're going to navigate this. Okay? And it may be something that you're kind of not really used to. You're not used to reacting to something in that way. Yeah. Let's put the card into some context and let's see what's going on here. We're going to use our Dove and Serpent spread. We got a 3 of Cups. That is abundance, right? And a 9 of Pentacles, a 10 of Wands, a Queen of Cups, and, a 6 of Swords. I like that. I like that we have the 3, 6, 9. Okay, that is absolutely wonderful. Very good omen. I think that what you're jumping into is bringing you this kind of joy. It is a peak experience. It is sort of a fulfillment of a desire. We could be talking a romantic thing. We could be talking about a spontaneous trip somewhere, right? We could be talking about a spontaneous opportunity to do something absolutely magical. And that Knight of Wands is saying, trust your instinct here and do it. Leap into it with everything you've got. But also with this idea that we're not just sort of abandoning ourselves and letting the horse whisk us away wherever it's going to go. No, we're diving into something with, I think, like a full awareness of it feels like a mental harmony. It feels like we're not worried about the outcome. We're not worried about what it's going to be like. We know that we're going to figure things out as we go. It's kind of like we're planning for the spontaneity. We're ready to jump into the chaos, and we know that we're going to find order in it. We're going to find a way to navigate it. When you're on a horse and you're riding through the woods, you don't have a map of where all the trees are and where you got to go and what things you got to jump over or duck underneath. You see that in the movies. It's spontaneous, right? But we're able to, in real time, pull some kind of order out of the chaos, all right, moving forward. And so you're not being irresponsible, but you are being a little impulsive. It's sort of a calculated risk. I think more it's a gut feeling, and you're jumping into something. And then, of course, you're going to have to navigate. You're going to have to avoid obstacles. You're going to have to figure out kind of how to react, how to respond in the moment. It's not something for which you could have planned ahead of time. Okay? It's kind of like the yes, the diving in comes first. The plan comes later. Yeah. And this is difficult for you because I think with that 10 of Wands, you're just coming out of another kind of situation where you're probably still feeling a little bit exhausted from that situation. With that Ten of Wands back here, I feel like this is either an effort, maybe it's a trip that maybe you're just getting back from a trip, and now suddenly here's this opportunity to go again. You're kind of like, you just got back from the gym, and then someone says, well, let's go on a bike ride, and you're just right back to it, And so I feel that there's like, what maybe we were sort of arriving here thinking we were going to be resting, right? But then there's this opportunity. Your gut says go, even though your body may be saying, well, I'm tired, So we definitely have to talk about that Ten of Wands, okay? The Ten of Wands could be also a situation where you thought you were in the right place. Okay. Sometimes I see the Two of Wands as a partnership. See, I just said a 2. It's a 10. I see it as a 2, right? Because I see it as a partnership, that we're coupled up with something, right? And I feel like this is just ending. Okay. So I wonder if maybe there's a relationship or a partnership or some sort of a collaboration or some kind of an alliance that is ending, has just ended, let's say, not very long ago. And now here you are, your gut's telling you to jump into this next one, right? It seems foolish. But Spirit's saying it's going to be good, okay? Doesn't mean it's romantic. It could be business, could be a friendship, it could be a trip, it could be any kind of activity. But with the Ten of Wands, I feel like something is just concluding. All of this effort you just put into, you just ran a marathon, and now you're home and you're resting, and suddenly the opportunity, your gut, it's like there's another one. Oh, you really feel it. You're going to jump into that one too. Okay, that's kind of what we're feeling here with the Ten of Wands. But obviously, if there's anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Okay. We're going to do the rest of our cards on the path of the Serpent here. We have a Princess of Cups, a Six of Cups, a Chariot card, and a Four of Wands. The Four of Wands is another card of completion, another card of kind of a temporary rest, right? And I think that this is part of this whole fire energy, right? That we are perhaps resting in between activities, but you're just you're waiting for the next inspiration. You're waiting for the next thing to come along, where your gut is telling you leap in with both feet, right? And I think it could be really that the Four of Wands is talking about the cycles. That this has just ended, and it really would be ideal if we would take our time and relax and rest and figure things out. And I almost feel like spend some time at home, and then until we sort of make the decision, with that Four of Wands, we make the decision to do it again. What we aren't expecting is the kind of divine timing. It's just kind of like it's the serendipity, it's the synchronicity, it's just the spontaneity of it all. And then we've got to just kind of follow our gut. This is a card of human time. It's kind of saying, look, I was going to rest for a week, but here there is an opportunity a couple days later. It goes against sort of what we were expecting. Yeah. And sometimes we've got to adapt to that. The universe doesn't always operate on our time frame, And I think that's what this card is saying, that, look, it's just, something is happening a lot quicker than you thought, or you thought you would have more time, right, before being ready to start something new. But here it is, that new thing's there, and it's just like, do you force the time? Do you kind of say no, because I just told myself I was going to wait 6 months before I did another marathon, or got into another relationship, or whatever it is? Or do you say, hey, look, the universe works in mysterious ways, and this situation's here, my gut's telling me to do it. Maybe we just have to accept that our timetables aren't really all that respected by the universe, But let's select our mystery card anyway, our bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot, the Factor Infinite and Unknown. We're going to set it down right here with our very own Kelly Kapoor right on top. And now we're not going to look at that card until the very end. But it will tie everything together, and it will give us the confirmation that we need at the end of the reading. If you have a prediction for that card, please put it in the comments down below. Let's do it together. Yeah. Now, looking around the room, the only major arcana energy is the Chariot card, and that's the card we don't want. That's the obstacle, right? And the obstacle maybe is feeling like we didn't get enough time at home, and we didn't get enough time to rest, that we thought we'd have more downtime. It's kind of like the Chariot has just parked the car. The charioteer, right, has just parked the chariot. And now here it is, another call to action is happening so quickly. We didn't even have time to go inside and have a shower yet or anything. So the obstacle here is for us to kind of keep going, kind of to get back to it when we were fully expecting to go home, take the armor off, relax, sit on the couch, take a shower, take a nap, and just stay at home for a while. But here it is, this other opportunity, and we're going to have to really just kind of turn the chariot around and go back. Okay? And this could be, I don't know that this has anything to do with a relationship. I can't help but feel that it might be. Okay? Put your pitchforks away, Libra. I know that's not the most popular reading here, but especially we've got a 3 of Cups and a 6 of Cups. Okay? And especially with this sort of, with the Knight of Wands here, that fire energy, it's like that passion is just lit up, and it's just, you can't help it. It's just, we get home, and we just think, well, there's no rest for the wicked. I got to go, I'm going right back. I'm getting back into it now, The Chariot is the card of the home. It is the card of our sort of domestic life. I think this is the card that is kind of saying, because it's in the position of the difficulty, that you do need a little bit more time at home. You need some downtime in your life, okay? That you've got to focus on self-care. You've got to focus on taking care of you, especially if you're burning the candle at both ends, or if we're not allowing ourselves enough rest in between these major activities, right? One marathon, back-to-back marathons or something. That we should try to focus as much on our self-care as possible. Of course, that doesn't mean that you don't follow your gut here and go into this situation and take advantage of whatever this opportunity is. But I think this is Spirit's way of reminding you, okay, that you've got to try to slow down where you can and take care of yourself. Okay. And also, I'm feeling like there's this need for you to spend more time at home. I keep kind of getting that feeling that you're out a lot, And the Chariot card is saying, let's make sure we take care of things that need to happen at home. Let's make sure we do our chores, and we take care of our pets, our plants, and our people. And at the same time, we can still be pursuing this, I think, very, very wonderful and exciting new thing. Okay, so we've got fire here and fire here. We've got, obviously, a lot of water. Water, 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 water. We've got a little bit of air, and we've got our earth energies. Okay. And I think the earth energy underneath everything is a card of gain. Right? It's a card of gains or losses. It's kind of it's our ability to see the fluctuation of things. And it's kind of like, if you see your life is getting better and better, you feel good, you feel like you're getting stronger, life is moving forward, then everything's all good. If we feel like we're sort of deteriorating, things are diminishing, and we're sort of losing stuff, and we're going backwards, maybe we need to rethink it. Okay? And I think you're someone who's very in touch with your body. You're very in touch with your physical health. And I think that it's kind of a marker of, am I doing too much? Am I pushing myself too hard? Am I burning the candle at both ends? Am I doing back to back to back, marathon races or Spartan runs or something like that? And as long as or at the same time, are we neglecting other things in our life? Is my spending getting out of control? Is my performance at work kind of going downhill? right? You're able to notice those things. You're very much in touch with those kinds of fluctuations, and they're markers for kind of whether you're on the right track or not. So as long as you're seeing that your responsibilities are taken care of, and your physical health is thriving, and you're healing, you're getting stronger, you feel good, you're in touch with your body, and everything seems to be, you go through the checklist, everything seems to be A-okay. Why not do this, right? Why not take advantage of this? I'm getting a slight impression that maybe there was some sort of an injury or an illness, and there's been a recovery from that, and so now it's kind of like, do you engage with this big thing? Are you sort of ready? Are you ready to push yourself like in that way? Okay. We could still be talking about a romantic thing, because if this was let's say a breakup or something, right? We've got to ask ourselves, am I capable of going into this in a healthy way and having a healthy experience? And really, is it going to be good for me, or is it going to deteriorate? Is it going to diminish certain things in my life? Maybe it was a physical injury. Maybe this is literally saying that, hey, you've been out of commission. I don't know, something happened to your leg or your ankle or something, and you couldn't run the marathons for a while, right? And so maybe this opportunity comes, and we really have to ask ourselves, am I in good enough shape to do this, or is it putting myself at risk? Am I putting my health at risk by engaging in this, whether we're talking physical health, mental, or emotional health? And to be very honest with you, I think physically, mentally, and emotionally, this is a very good idea, a very good opportunity. I feel there's a lot of potential in this thing. Potential for excitement, for abundance, for love, for expression, creativity, joy, whatever this is. We're connecting with it in the right way. See, the 3 becomes a 6. And that tells me that the potential that this thing has is going to be realized. That, yeah, this could be the most fun you've ever had. This could be really, really good for you. It could be a wonderful experience, a glorious trip, an amazing race, or whatever. It could be. And it is. And it will be. Okay? So I feel like this is a strong confirmation from the universe. The Queen of Cups at the top here, I think you're really in touch with how you feel. You feel like a really tuned in person, Libra. I feel like you're in touch with your health and your vitality. You're in touch with your body. You're in touch with the practical sort of realities of life. You're in touch with your heart, your emotions. You have to be very transparent with your emotions, right? This is someone who knows how they feel and isn't afraid to feel how they feel and to be very honest about how they feel with yourself, right? It's this emotional transparency. It's this radical self-love and radical self-acceptance. It says, if I want this and if I see the potential in this, and I feel good about it, I'm going to trust my feelings and I'm going to go with the gut and I'm going to do it. Okay? If this is something that you really truly want, go after it. Yeah. This is somebody also that is very much focused on self-care right now. And so sometimes when we sort of tell ourselves, okay, I'm focusing on me, I'm going to do me right now, I'm going to focus on self-care, I'm going to work on myself, I'm going to strengthen myself, I'm going to get better and stronger and healthy and happier. And then something comes along that just says, oh, forget it, zoom, out in a new direction, I think you're very careful with that. How many times have I said, okay, look, I'm going to be single, back in the day, I'm married now, I'm going to be single, I'm going to work on myself, I'm not going to go out with my friends, I'm going to just go to work, I'm going to come home, I'm going to exercise, I'm going to eat right, I'm going to study, and it's just going to be me, I'm going to do me, right? And then, of course, my friend would call up and say, hey, let's go to a party, or let's go to a club, or let's go over and do something. Okay, let's go, forget it. Anytime we try to focus in on our work, very Chariot card, right? I just want to stay home and I want to meditate all day, right? Nothing's going to stop me from doing that. And then, of course, the phone rings and it's my buddy and says, hey, let's go to the fair or something. Like, okay, let's go. So I think you're very careful with that. And I think that this is one of those situations that if it's going to sort of break this time frame that you've given yourself, maybe with this Four of Wands and with this Chariot card, it better be worth it. This better be something really, really great if it's going to get you kind of out of your restful, focused, I almost want to kind of say a hermit mode a little bit, but this planned, perhaps, or this intention that you had to kind of take a break from things, but then this opportunity is popping up at saying, no breaks. So we either do it or we don't do it. But I think you know yourself and you trust yourself enough that you can make that decision. Yeah. And it looks to me like it's a really good decision. I gotta say, it looks nice from this point of view. It looks pretty great. We talked about the Six of Swords in the future position, which is kind of, we're going to have to adapt and change our plans. We're going to have to find some sort of order in the chaos. We'll figure things out as we go. It's kind of like this spontaneous, hey, let's fly to Greece. Okay, let's go. We didn't plan anything beforehand. We weren't expecting it. We didn't know it was coming, but the opportunity is there, so we're going to go. Well, we'll figure out how to do it as we sort of move along, right? In some ways, the Six of Wands in this position is saying, I didn't pack anything. I'll just buy what I need when I get there. Maybe not literally, but, that's kind of the thing, that we're going to jump into it first, and we're going to figure out the plan later. And I think that again, it shows that you really do trust yourself. It tells me that you've done the work to develop that trust for yourself. You can trust your body. You can trust your mind. You could trust your heart. You could trust your will. You notice that interesting thing here? Fire, water, air, and earth, all surrounding this. You're balanced. This is really crazy. I've actually never really seen this quite like this, because this is all of the elemental energies, right? Fire, water, air, and earth in perfect balance, and they're very good cards in those suits as well. It's not like we have a 9 or a 7 of wands, or a 9 or a 10 of swords, or we have some 5 of pentacles, or we have some kind of 7 or 8 of cups. No, we have very good elemental energies that are saying your impulse to indulge in this is a smart idea, because you are someone who is in this perfect balance within yourself right now. And this is, I don't think I've ever seen the cards do that. That's very interesting. You're right at the center of this cross of the elements. You're in perfect balance. It seems to me this is the perfect time to take advantage of this idea, of this impulse, of this desire, whatever this is, all right? And by the way, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do. It is free, and it supports the channel. I appreciate you. Your general energy is the Princess of Cups. You feel like a kid again. You feel like a kid in a candy store. This is so fun. This is so amazing. We're excited, right? We're ready to go. We feel this desire. We feel like, we feel like a kid at Christmas time, where it's just, we can't wait to do it. We're so excited, and everything is fun, and everything is new, and everything feels good, right? And I think that this is a result of all of your hard work in life. All of your intense spiritual work and self-development, which is confirmed by that 10 of Wands, by the way, in the past. You've done the work. And so now you have the freedom to just feel and love and to do and to indulge and to desire things, without that little thought in the back of your mind thinking, I shouldn't be doing this. No, you're just letting yourself do it. And this is freaking amazing, right? Because of the work of the Queen of Wands, you've now given yourself permission to have this childlike wonder and fantasy and magic, free to just experience this thing, whatever it is. And it's a 6 of Cups. It is pleasure. It is good, and it's good for you, right? And this shows that you are connecting with it in a way that is absolutely harmonious. You're in the zone. You're in this kind of flow and this resonance with the thing. The potential that you understand to be inside of this opportunity is becoming fully realized. Whatever exactly it is, I don't know. It kind of feels like a trip or a romance or something. Maybe it's a day trip, maybe it's a vacation, I don't know. Maybe you tell me what it is, but it feels, this is pleasure. This is true pleasure, free from any kind of guilt or worry or second thoughts. Nothing is preventing this harmony, this flow. You are resonating with this thing in a very pure way. We don't have you got no bad cards. Okay? And I really don't know what else to say about this. You've got no bad cards. We don't see any kind of a 5, a 7, a 9, a 10 of swords that say that we're enjoying this, but in the back of our mind we're still thinking about work, or we're still thinking about all these other things, that we're stressing over stuff. No, there's no stress. This is tranquility, right? This is saying that you're ready. If you're going on vacation, you are on vacation mode. You're not thinking about work. You're not thinking about the house. You're not thinking about the pets or the plants. You're here in the moment, and you're resonating with this life in such a pure and magical way. I don't think I've ever seen this. It's amazing. The more I look at it, the more I feel the energy, the sort of giddier I become, the happier I get with this. And if this is still something you're trying to decide on or figure out, or if this hasn't happened yet, it's going to be good for you. Okay? Spirit doesn't often tell you what to do. The tarot does not often tell you what to do. And in this case, too, not telling you what to do, but it might as well be. Okay? And the Chariot card, in the position of the obstacle, I think really the obstacle is to just kind of get in the car and go. And the thing that's preventing you is just come from kind of just saying, oh, okay, here we go, and getting into the car and starting the engine. And I think it really is partly to do with that other fire energy over here, because I do think that there's a cycle that has just ended. There's a phase of life, or some sort of run has just ended. And so we are just sort of naturally a little reluctant to just get back in the car and go, That the idea of just kind of staying home and doing nothing and relaxing is quite compelling. Yeah. But this is an opportunity that I think, as much as I feel like you just walked into the house, you put your bags down, you flopped back on the couch, and then the phone rings. Hey, got this idea, got this opportunity, got these tickets. Are you in? And you're like, yeah, I'm in. And we just take a deep breath, we get up, we get in the car, we go, right? That's what it feels like to me. The Four of Wands at the end, though, is reminding us that this is an opportunity that's not going to stick around forever. So either we take advantage of it or it's going to pass us by. And it's okay if you don't care, you want it to pass you by. The Chariot can stay parked, we can stay on the couch, we can unpack the bags, we can get in the bath and get in bed and relax. That's totally fine, totally doable, okay? But be aware that this is something that's not going to be on the table forever. I think that's why we need that Knight of Wands energy. We need that impulsive gut feeling, and we just need to jump in. Because it's not going to wait around for you, okay? Let's look at our mystery card. I'm a little nervous about this. Could we get another perfect card? Is this maybe going to be the Justice card, your power card, Libra, the balance, right? Could it be the Empress? Could it be the universe or world? I'm feeling a major arcana energy here. If you have a prediction, put it in the comments. Let's see what we have. It's the Queen of Cups. And the Queen of Cups, it's another one of these cards, right? So really, I think it's asking you, is the prospect, the potential in this situation, do you want that more than you want the staying home and not doing it and relaxing and just kind of hanging out. What means more to you right now? What is more tempting, right? So this is asking us what we truly want in life right now. What means the most to you? Are you going to pass this opportunity by, or are you going to allow this one to float away? Are you going to regret that because you wanted to kind of stay home and relax for a few days? Is it something that's going to is it going to eat away at you in the coming days and weeks and months that you didn't do this? Or does this not really mean that much and you're saying, I can let it go and forget about it by tomorrow? Is what you got to ask yourself. We need that. And that's why you need that emotional transparency and that emotional honesty. You got to ask yourself, if you don't do this, as tired as you are or whatever, if you don't do this, are you going to regret it tomorrow? That you didn't take advantage of this opportunity? Feels like once in a lifetime kind of thing. Yeah. We're going to do an extended reading. I hope you'll stick around. We're going to do a hexagram from the Jing. We're going to do some other oracle cards. It's going to be a great time. Click on the link in the corner. There's a link down below. New readings for Libra Wednesdays and Saturdays. Be sure to watch both readings. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It is totally free. Doesn't cost anything. Leave a comment. Let me know where in the world you're watching from. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you, and we're all in this together.